Welcome back to Alleyway Airsoft. We want to thank everyone for all your support, encouragement, and feedback that we've received since our last review, and we hope you enjoy this review today. Now, at the risk of boring you, let's look at a little bit of the history of the AKS 74U. It was the compact version of the AK-74 with a shorter barrel and folding stock. It was intended as a personal defense weapon and was used in tank, helicopter, and vehicle crews. It was first seen in action with the Soviet Airborne in 1984, and it's also used by the KGB in Special Ops. Its designer, Mikhail T. Kalashnikov, was born on November 10, 1919, and is most famous for the AK-47, often called the Kalashnikov. He began designing the assault rifle in the hospital after being wounded in the Battle of Bryansk. The AKS-74U, or the Krinkov as it's commonly called, has a slightly higher rate of fire than the AK-74, and like all the other AK variants, was very reliable, had little misfires, even in mud and water. Interestingly, it is the prestige weapon of Osama bin Laden and can often be seen in his videos either in his hands or on the wall behind him. The first thing you're going to see when you pick this up and you hold it is there's a lot of metal on it, a lot of steel. Even the folding stock is very firm. So you got that, I mean, it's rock solid and a very small unit when you fold the stock. Actually, if we were to compare this with the AK-74 now, so obviously with the folded stock, you've got a lot smaller unit for CQC. You can see once you have the stock folded, you're going to have a release latch here. Press that, and then that, again, will lock back in place. Another nice feature on this AK is your housing compartment for your battery. Unlike some of the other ones where I've actually lost the cover, this one is built into the gun. It's hinged on there. So lift it up, it just stays there. Very easy access to the battery. This pin and then this just pops out. And not that you really need it for anything, but it's an interesting feature nevertheless. Okay, and our hop-up unit is going to be located in the same familiar place as other AK variants. You see that there? Got our adjustment. More or less. And then the last thing we have is our flip-up sight, which, if we can get that on the camera there, you can see how we can have our two different settings there. I'll tell you a few of the problems I had with this gun when I first received it. If we can zoom in a little bit more right there, you can see where I've got a plastic tie because my battery cable was actually loose and I wasn't able to hook the battery in together because of the loose cable. So I had to put a plastic tie on there so it wouldn't slip back in. And then also the other problem I had with this gun, it was the only other problems I had with it, was this fuse was actually bad. But it makes it real easy to replace, very easy access, very easy to pop in and out. Earlier we did a chrono test and the range went from 313 up to 324 with an average probably about 318. Now for our testing today out in the range, what I've done is we've got the barrel cleaned, we've got a freshly charged battery, and what I've done this time is actually put the gun in a vise so that way we can be sure that there's no human error or my bad aiming to mess anything up. So let's go check out the performance. We're going to be using an 8.4 stick battery, 1100 milliamps. We've got it again on our 35-foot range. We'll be using KSC 0.2 for anybody who caught my last mistake. KSC 0.2 gram BBs, and we'll see how it does. Basically what we want to show here is we're not trying necessarily to hit the bullseye, but I want to be able to show the groupings. So it might not be perfectly aligned, but let's go ahead and we're going to take 10 shots on semi-auto, and then we'll go on full. Here we go. Now we're going to look at the full auto performance, since for most of us that's pretty much how we're going to be using it. So let's see how it does up against the target on full auto. Might help if I put it on full auto. Okay. So there you have it, the VFC AKS 74UN, the newest in the line of AKs from VFC. For build and performance, for CQB, you really can't beat it. We here at Alleyway Airsoft recommend it for that. This has been JP. Thanks for watching.